Now, air travel has been significantly democratized over the years. Now, for the longest, it has been a preserve for the wealthy, with the thought of flying for business or leisure remaining a pipe dream for many. Now, low-cost carriers' entry into the market have changed the narrative. Our reporter Nicole Njuguna spoke to Jambojet's Chief Executive Officer Karanja Ndegwa on democratizing air travel and the low carriers' strategy on regional network expansion plans.
Air travel for the longest time has been a preserve of the rich, but low-cost carriers have made it relatively affordable and accessible. I'm joined by the Jambojet CEO, Mr. Karanja Ndegwa, as he tells us how he and the team have democratized air travel. Thank you very much for joining us, Mr. Karanja.
Thank you for having me.
Thank you. How has Jambojet contributed to democratizing air travel in the region, especially in the last 10 years since inception?
30% of the passengers who flew had never entered an aircraft. That was the first year. And that was about over 100,000 passengers out of the 300,000 passengers that we carried in our first year. And how we moving and bringing and ensuring that the SMEs could be able to be in a place whereby they can afford, they could be able to travel, especially as a low-cost model. We introduced the low-cost model into this region. And by introducing the low-cost model, we are able to have our costs lower.
What have been some of your key milestones or achievements?
For us, is the customer experience, where the customer has believed in you, they have trusted the product that you give, and they have brought you this far.
What have been some of the challenges in the aviation sector, and how has Jambojet conquered this?
Challenges in the supply chain, where parts take longer to get here, or sometimes even the availability is not as it used to be. Secondly, is also the increase in fuel prices. That definitely, with the increase in fuel prices, that definitely has a direct hit on your bottom line. And also the other item that also threw us off, which that was last year, was the dollar effect. When the dollar, we are a company where 90% of your sales are in Kenya shillings, but about 80% of your payments are in dollars.
How has Jambojet fostered innovation in the industry to stay competitive in the market?
If you look at even the average age of our customers, it's still you can tell about 63% of our sales are through the online website. So people are able to do their plan. People are able to go ahead and make their bookings themselves. So what we've done is that to make it seamless, they're able to check in. They have an app whereby you can make your bookings as depending on how you would want and as per your plan. It's quite easy.
What are some of the strategies that Jambojet has to increase route network and increase market share in the next coming years?
Last year when we finished, last year our market share was about 51%. The target is within another 2 years, we should be at 65% of the domestic market share. And as we move on as Jambojet, our next strategy is to move to the region. So you'll see us moving to the region. Next year, there are another 2 routes that we are looking at within the region. So you'll find us growing from the Mombasa hub and the Nairobi hub, because we have 2 hubs. So our strategy is this low-cost model is now, because we've covered the domestic market, we've consolidated the domestic market. The whole aspect now is move it to the region. So in the next number of years, you'll see us moving more and more to the region.
Now, on sustainability and environmental responsibility, how does Jambojet ensure it prioritizes the same within its operations?
On sustainability, especially when it comes to, because we are one of the airlines are taken to be, when it comes to carbon print, we need to do much more. And what we have been doing as Jambojet is we have the carbon print, whereby by 2050 we should be, as per IATA, we should be at net zero. Jambojet, what we've done is that we have continuously been working with all our stations on tree planting, growing trees, not tree planting, growing trees, mangroves, especially the coast, and the Eldoret and Kisumu. We have worked with elders where we do about 100,000 trees every year. And as we move on, also within Jambojet, it's how do we operate in a sustainable manner whereby even the fuel burn is lower. Be it when we land, we're able to taxi using one engine, so that reduces the fuel burn on taxiing on arrival. Even on takeoff, the gradual takeoff consumes less. And also the type of equipment that we use. If you look at the Jambojet equipment, the Q400, we're able to, the fuel burn is about 940 liters per hour, compared to the jet that does about 2,000 liters.
In the next coming years, what role do you see Jambojet playing to advance the development of the African aviation sector?
Within the next 10 years, I can indicate now it will be an opportunity to grow into the regions, connect the region more. One of the challenges that we have in Africa is that the connectivity is so low that if somebody wants to go to Bujumbura, you find sometimes they have to go to different places so that they can get to Mombasa. We will be in a position to, as in the next 10 years, to move to spread more into the region, create more connectivity, create direct flights between East Africa, within the region. Then that makes it easier, that makes it cheaper for flying within the region.
What have been your biggest lessons operating a low-cost carrier in the last 10 years, especially in the African market?
The African market is quite price sensitive. That's first, number one. You try cross a certain line, you find your demand goes quite low. But also secondly, it's also the people that you work with. One thing is that we have quite experienced, people who are quite good at what they're technically good, the team around, be it from maintenance, flight operations, marketing, finance. You can tell that it's only that if they're given the opportunity, they're able to take organizations, airlines to the next levels.
Reflecting on your tenure as CEO for the last 10 years, what have been some of your proudest moments looking back?
How we managed to come back after COVID.
The bounce back.
The bounce back. As a team, it was quite challenging as a team, but we did it together. We used to meet every other week and plan, and we used to make decisions on our feet, and we believed in ourselves, and we felt we can do it. It wasn't my call alone, but the team's call, and I think for me that was the greatest moment.
Give us a parting shot, even as we come to a close.
Take care of your customer. Always think about the customer when it comes to your technology, when it comes to customer experience. We are in that industry whereby we have to serve the customer and give them their very best, because they came to you for a service. So for us, it's customer, customer, customer.
All right, we're going to take a short break. Don't go too far.